Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel, and it happened. Now, I was anticipating this would be the case in all likelihood, and I think many of us in the XRP community were bracing for this, and it is indeed official. Coinbase is suspending all XRP transactions, so I want to talk about the fallout from that, as well as, though, some good news today. I'm going to share the scary, not so fun stuff first, but don't worry, there is some good stuff to talk about here as well. And there has been a price drop as a result of this news. But look, if the news was going to break, is there anybody that didn't think there would be some sort of market reaction? I certainly expected there would be. Just wasn't quite sure to what degree we'd see a drop. But plenty to talk about. I do want to be clear before I dive in any further, though. Just to be clear, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a financial background of any kind, and I'm not offering financial advice. So you should not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. I also don't have any sort of law background whatsoever. I'm just like you. I'm just your everyday Joe Schmo member of the XRP community who, as an enthusiast, enjoys talking about these topics and making YouTube videos as a hobby, which still is my most favoriteest hobby ever. So... if you would also please delicately tap the like button and consider subscribing if you've not yet done so. I would appreciate the support. Let's hang together, XRP community, right? So as I record this, XRP is at 24.3 cents. Bitcoin is at $27,000. You got the market cap for the asset class at $732 billion, and Bitcoin dominance at 68.57%. So you've seen, with the news having broken, I guess it's probably a little over a half hour ago, XRP, it has dropped from, you can actually see, let me go to 24 hour, you can see the drop, just looks like a cliff. So right before the news broke, XRP was at 28.3 cents. And so to put things in perspective, before I even cover specifically what the details are about this, just for a bit of perspective, let's put a 90-day chart up here. This puts us back to where we are, like what, roughly say mid-October. So, I mean, admittedly, that sucks, but it's not like XRP is at half a penny right now. And there was a sell-off, but it wasn't as dramatic as many expected. It was not as dramatic as what happened with the SEC news. And with the SEC news, there also was a bit of a price bounce back. You can recall that although when the news broke, XRP was closer to 60 cents. It got all the way down to 21 cents, then popped up for a while above 30 cents, and then kind of was settling around there until more bad news happened. So, if this, I don't know if it's done going down yet, but whatever the local bottom is, my for fun guess, is it'll rebound. That's just what I've typically seen when there's news-driven price action. And so here's the actual tweet from Coinbase indicating that this was all going down, and it linked to this blog post titled, "Coinbase will suspend trading in XRP on January 19th. In light of the SEC's lawsuit against Ripple Labs Inc., we have made the decision to suspend the XRP trading pairs on our platform. Trading will move into limit only starting December 28th, 2020 at 2:30 p.m. PST, and will be fully suspended on Tuesday, January 19th, 2021 at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We will provide additional updates, if any, through the Coinbase support Twitter account, including if there are any changes to timing. The trading suspension will not affect customers' access to XRP wallets, which will remain available for deposit and withdrawal functionality after the trading suspension." So don't worry, like if you haven't moved your XRP out to this point, don't worry, you still have access with it, and you still will indefinitely. And so before I even cover this further, just to be clear, this is not a delisting. They're not getting rid of XRP entirely. They are suspending trading because there's uncertainty thanks to what the SEC is doing. So obviously, the good old SEC trying to protect us little consumers out here, but causing substantially more harm than would be the case if they just would have provided sufficient clarity and understood that there's no way in hell that XRP could possibly be a security. That's my humble opinion anyway. But anyway, they continue. Further, customers will remain eligible for the previously announced Spark airdrop, subject to approval in certain jurisdictions, and we will continue to support XRP on Coinbase Custody and Coinbase Wallet. Coinbase remains committed to being the most trusted platform for trading cryptocurrency. We strive to provide our customers with access to a broad set of assets, all of which are evaluated against our digital asset framework to assess factors like security, compliance, and the project's alignment with our mission of creating an open financial system for the world. We take seriously any decision to change our customers' access to one of those assets. We will continue to monitor legal developments related to XRP and update our customers as more information becomes available. And so even Coinbase, one of the last exchanges, certainly in the United States, to add XRP trading functionality when they did, I can't remember exactly when it was, a year or whatever ago, they held out. They definitely held out, but the reason that they ultimately listed it is because they had a high level of confidence that XRP is not a security. And so it's not that they've changed their opinion on whether or not XRP is a security. They're forced to respond to what is happening with the SEC. And it's creating scary times and financially harming individuals like myself who hold XRP, and you if you hold XRP. And there was another exchange. Before we get into the good news, let's just get this out of the way. This is from you today. One more major exchange to suspend XRP trading. OKCoin, one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchanges, is slated to suspend XRP trading as well as deposits on January 4th, 2021 due to a sweeping SEC lawsuit against Ripple, according to a December 28th announcement. And here's a quote. We have been closely monitoring the news surrounding the December 22nd SEC lawsuit against Ripple, the company behind XRP, and two of its key executives. As the lawsuit proceedings take place, we have determined it is the best course of action to suspend XRP trading and deposits on OKCoin effective January 4th, 2021. And this is a global exchange. I'm like the name, it's just one of those names that pops up with a certain amount of regularity. So I was aware of OKCoin, didn't really know anything about them. So I just went to their website, and they do have a global presence, including a location in San Francisco, but they're all over the world. And now, okay, so what about this? So, like, moving forward, what is this going to look like? Is it reasonable to be scared? Yes, it's reasonable to be scared. I get it. I'm sure that I'd be willing to bet the majority of you out there, if not simply concerned, are outright scared. And the SEC did this to us. Good times. Thanks, Jay Clayton, for nothing here. But I want to make a few points on this. Actually, you know what? Maybe I'll start with this one. Let's start with this one right here. I tweeted this out the other day. In the coming weeks and months, there may very well be scary-sounding news regarding Ripple and XRP. Such news may result in panic selling, but such emotional selling will have no bearing on whether the SEC proves in court XRP to be a security. I will be holding regardless. And so something that I've been sharing recently is that, you know, the idea of whether or not XRP is a security, this is something that I considered over 3 years ago, and was a major factor in me determining whether or not I was willing to invest in XRP. And I understood that since there wasn't sufficient clarity within the crypto space, that something like what is happening now could indeed happen. I just thought, well, it probably won't if it hasn't happened by now, but even if it does, I still don't believe that XRP is a security. And so again, even with me not being some sort of law professional, just like I have to make decisions on anything else in my life in an area where I'm not a professional, I have to form an opinion. And so what I do is I look at arguments from both sides and decide, okay, who has genuinely, and you got to be intellectually honest, but who has a more compelling argument? And to me, the case made for XRP not being a security made sense. And so I decided to invest. And I knew that if something like this ever did happen, this would not be a factor for me personally in determining whether or not I would end up selling my position. And for others out there that think that this is too much, I don't blame you one bit. If you want to get out of XRP, just do whatever you feel is right. And I know I'm not going to think less of you at all. But I decided that for me, that would not be the right path. And if this all goes horrible, I've been honest about this from the beginning. If this doesn't go the way I want and hope and think it will, then I will ride XRP to zero. That's what I'm going to do. But I don't think I still don't believe for a moment that it will. And I think that this is a tremendous overreach from the SEC. I think the behavior is reprehensible. The timing of it. And I've read the actual complaint, and it's 71 pages. And my gosh, I could point out so many things. I just reading through it, I knew things right off the top of my head didn't sound right, and there were certain other things where I was like, that sounds fishy. Where I looked into it and I was like, oh my god, they're twisting things, misconstruing comments from even David Schwartz within the damn thing, which is Ripple CTO and co-creator of the XRP ledger. There's all sorts of stuff, and so that's one side of the argument, and we've yet to really hear the full comeback from Ripple. Now, mind you, Ripple, who's leading their legal team against all of this? Well, it'd be a former SEC director, Andrew Cerezny. And there are other people within the SEC, which I cited in a video just the other day, that have really come out and lashed out against this movement, which is based on now former SEC Chair Jay Clayton's decision to go after Ripple for selling allegedly an unregistered security here. And so and there are others here, so not everybody's selling, and I'm gonna make a point on this further because there is good news. Again, I'm hopping into it, I promise, in just a second here. Here is chart analyst Magic, who just the other day wrote, "I bounced back and forth on whether or not I should hold XRP in the face of delisting / SEC suit, etc. I have determined that it's worth the risk because I don't believe that XRP can be classified as a security for many reasons. Seems like manipulation by the SEC to me." Yeah, and that's how I feel too. And so, again, the people selling, it's showing that they're scared, and that that's it. It's showing that they're scared. It's not an indication of whether or not XRP actually is a security, right? And then there was this from Magic, tweeted this out after the news about Coinbase, and he wrote the following. And this is an XRP chart analyst. He wrote, "Honestly, not much of an immediate reaction from XRP, given the news from Coinbase. Definitely bearish overall, but not a massive candle down at this point." And again, things are really liquid right now, so here, I'll check the price again. XRP sitting here, according to Live CoinWatch, 24.4 cents. So maybe it's the case that the worst of the sell-off that was going to happen already has happened. And so let me make a few additional points here. As far as what has transpired here with the news of XRP being suspended on Coinbase, keep in mind that the SEC news coming out against Ripple was the scariest news there could possibly be on the planet, in my humble opinion. That didn't send XRP to zero. So did we really think that an additional U.S. exchange, one of over roughly 200 exchanges on the planet trading XRP, fine, they're an important one, I acknowledge that, but one of roughly 200, did we think that one more announcing this would send XRP to zero? I certainly did, and I expected, since they are a big exchange and they're noteworthy and important, that it would do something to the market, and it has. And so there you go, down 4 or 5 cents, whatever it is, since the news broke. But also consider that when XRP ran up to almost $4 in early 2018, that Coinbase wasn't even listing it. So whatever volume they're providing, super duper. But this is just like, if this should indicate to you of anything, like, to me anyway, it just looks like it's news scaring people out of their positions. And again, if you want out, I'm not making fun of you or anything like that. The fear is real. I get it. And there's uncertainty. And if this doesn't go the way we want, I fully recognize things could get much worse. Fine. I just don't think they will. And so I'm investing accordingly. I just haven't touched my XRP, So, another point too, before I forget this. In terms of global volume, the last stat that I saw was that United States trading volume for XRP was only about 15% of the global market. And so, it's fascinating that all of this is happening, but what's it going to look like? Imagine this. So, like, let's say in the short term that the SEC, intimidates exchanges in the United States to such an extent that all of the exchanges in the United States, suspend XRP. And I'm not saying all of them will. I don't know that would be the case necessarily. But what happens when the SEC, there is clarity from the SEC, maybe it's a settlement, maybe there's a full-fledged lawsuit with a jury trial, whatever it is, and then there's clarity. What if that happens and clarity is to the positive, and XRP, it becomes clear that it's not a security? Well, there's an individual right here, and I'd been thinking this as well. It was from Counting on Brad, who wrote, I said this earlier today, they will finally get clarity and the markets will be closed to U.S. customers. There will either be a price set or it will skyrocket on the news and no one will be able to get it until it's way past all-time high. And so imagine if the news ends up being positive and you can't even purchase XRP and it's pumping around the rest of the world because the United States makes up only 15% of volume. And so that is one of the calculations that I personally am considering. And again, I fully admit, maybe this ends up horribly for me, and that's my big boy decision. But I don't think it's going to, and so that's a bet that I've decided to make. And if I'm wrong, I go down with the ship, but I can't fathom this. And it would be so damaging to the crypto asset class at large on top of that all, right? And so that's just one of the calculations here. Also, please consider this. A shout out to Frecky for tagging me in this one. I really do appreciate this. It's a screenshot of price action today from Grayscale. And Frecky wrote, looks like we have accredited investors buying XRP. So here's the screen grab. And you can see that these are accredited investors who typically do make buying and selling decisions different than people that are purchasing on spot exchanges like you and I, Coinbase, Binance, name your exchange, whatever. They typically have deeper pockets and a longer time horizon. And so you can see here, Grayscale XRP Trust today up 8.47%. This is before the news broke of Coinbase, suspending, but these people knew that, right? It's fascinating that you had to have known something like this. And mind you, the rest of the market, it wasn't up 8% on the day. It was trading sideways until the news broke, and then it went down. So it's just fascinating to me that the accredited investors are behaving differently. And so I'm just acknowledging that that's the data that Grayscale is presenting, and I just thought I'd share it with you. They're investing amidst all the scariness with the SEC, and they decide that they want exposure to the Grayscale XRP Trust. Something worth mentioning here. Additionally, here's some more positive news. This comes from, actually it's CoinMarketCap, but here we go. I think I can't remember if they're writing their own stuff or if they partnered with another entity, but then they just kind of copy it. Whatever it is, here's the headline, though. XRP will continue to trade as crypto asset, not security, in Japan, SBI Group says. SBI Chief Executive Yoshitaka Kitao has taken to Twitter to share another statement released by SBI Group, Ripple's major partner in Japan, regarding XRP and the SEC lawsuit against Ripple. You can see here's a little subheading. XRP is a cryptocurrency asset under Japanese law. So again, this is a major country that is absolutely disagreeing with the stance of Jay Clayton and the SEC. Yoshitaka Kitao has shared a link to another statement issued by the major Ripple partner and investor from Japan regarding the SEC's legal suit against Ripple, citing an article by an author from the Nomura Research Institute. The document states that, under the Japanese funds settlement law, XRP is a cryptocurrency asset and not a security, as the SEC claims it is for the U.S. Therefore, the document says XRP will continue to trade as a crypto asset on Japanese digital exchanges, regardless of the attempts by the U.S. And so there you go. I'm not getting shaken out of my position. Either I'm right or I'm wrong, and I don't know for sure. But I'm going to find out, and hopefully it's not going to be painful. But and another thing to consider, too, I put this in a video, it's worth repeating before I wrap up here, is there was another, I can't remember, is an 8-year employee of the SEC, Michael Didiuk, I think is his name. And he was speaking at Ripple's Swell conference in, I guess it was October 2018. And he was noting that as far as the Howey test, which is how you determine if something is a security, there are 4 prongs of the Howey test. And he said that it can't just be 1 or 2 or 3 of these prongs that are satisfied to declare something to be a security. It has to be all 4. One of the 4 has to do with, I can't remember exactly how it was worded, something about like a common interest or something, but basically you're getting at an individual party that's responsible for all this. And so the point that he made, and I shared the video clip, the point he made was that, if Ripple goes away, the XRP ledger continues to exist, whereas if there's a company selling a security, that would never be the case. And so right there, even if it were only that one reason, and there are other reasons, but even if it were only that reason, then the whole argument just falls apart. And that was his opinion. Again, 8-year SEC employee. And then again, you've got Andrew Seresny, like I cited, former director within the SEC, who is leading the legal charge for Ripple against this. And there's another one, I can't remember the gentleman's name, who was citing that this is essentially an abomination what Jay Clayton is doing, and that there's no sense of urgency doing this on his way out the door, and citing the harm that it's causing to XRP investors who he says are innocent. And so it's all just a train wreck, but I'm just going to sit tight. I'm going to be hanging out with you. So although I'll never offer financial advice, I can't do that. I never would. I can tell you that I love hanging out with you guys. We're all in this together. And so if you want to hear from somebody else that is worried about this just like you are, and stay up to date on the latest news, I'll keep reporting what I learn as it's reported by media. Keep on hanging out here, because I'm going to continue running this channel, and I will continue to hold my XRP, and I will not be shaken out regardless of what happens here. But that's it for this video. I am not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything, because if anything I say or write, that would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.